So first things first, I still want to kind of, even though it's like a pure white background, I definitely don't want to just start with a pure white, right? I definitely want to dilute it just a little bit. So maybe I'll just kind of go in with a bit of my, bit of cool, right? Maybe a little bit of transparent oxide. Let's go in and just kind of have a little bit of fun with, covering out this area. If not just very gently, just kind of covering things out, killing out the white. Like so, right? And let's see, right now what I'm going to do is I'm getting a little bit of this transparent oxide. And right now what it is I'm doing is I'm just going to go in, and actually the first thing I'm going to do is take a bit of my paper towel, and then I'm just going to draw out exactly where I feel like I can see some light shades, right? Okay. Next, I'm going to go in with, let's just start with a generalized blocking, right? So maybe first top of the head, right? And I kind of want maybe this to be like the bottom of the chin. We'll see. And now I'm squinting down right now. This is such an interesting painting, or this is such an interesting reference that I'm actually just going to go down and start breaking out the form like so. So I'm just going to start by just trying to recognize, and this is another way of starting a painting that I want to introduce to you guys. So right now, all I'm doing is I'm, say for instance, looking at like the left side, and what I'm doing is I'm just purely just looking at the angles, and I'm just trying to capture the subtle angle of what it is I'm seeing, right? I see that angle, and then I see another angle just happening here, and thus it allows me to just kind of take a look at that shape. Everyone see this shape, right? And then I'm seeing another angle that's kind of going down like so. Everyone see that? Okay. And next, I'm looking at this shape, and I'm noticing, cool, there's another angle that maybe goes down like so. And then after that, I'm noticing there's another angle here. And then this actually lines up with this area. You guys see that? Okay.
Oh, yes.
You see it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, what I'm doing is I'm just going in and just kind of blocking things out in a way where, I'm even starting maybe a little bit exaggerated. Like I'm exaggerating like the skinny shape that I see right here, just so I can slowly start bloating it out if I need to. So for instance, like right here, I'm seeing, okay, cool, there's like some dark right here. Maybe I can like pull this out just a little bit more. I'll add a little bit of green right there because it's getting a little too warm for my taste. Okay, that's better. Is everyone following me so far? And this is kind of like a way to, be able to just kind of generalize a block in at the beginning. I'm using pure paint right now. I'm just trying to work very much in terms of just utilizing pure paint. And next I'm seeing, okay, cool, there's like, some dark right here that I'm just gonna go in. And all I'm trying to do right now is I'm just trying to go in and paint out the initial overall shapes that I see, right? And again, going in with pure paint. Everyone see the shapes that I'm seeing right now? Yeah?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And, once you are able to kind of see this shape, right, notice what's happening. Like I'm looking at this negative shape right here, and I'm seeing, okay, what is that negative shape? Something like so. And because it's, this kind of shape, I'm like, okay, well, where does this negative shape end? Everyone see this kind of polygon shape right here? I'm like, okay, cool, it ends somewhere here. And what do you know? It brings me to like the start of this eyebrow right there, right? But even then, I'm not gonna paint. Like for me, I'm squinting down, I'm seeing just one overall shape right here that kind of goes down like so. So that's exactly what it is I'm gonna do first. Right. Okay. And I really just want to work with the dark. So after initially looking at this, then I'm gonna say, okay, well, if I'm gonna go here, I'm noticing there's another dark shape right here. So I'm just gonna lead that in like so, right? And then next, what it is I'm going to do is I'm going to just say, okay, well, from here and here, I'm noticing there's maybe a bit of dark that's just kind of happening right here. So I'm just going to put a bit of dark right here, just to kind of signify this shape that I'm seeing right over here. And then I'm going to put maybe another dark right here. The reason why I even put a line here is just because I'm putting a plumb line just to kind of see, okay, if I were to put a plumb line where this dark starts, where would it be meeting? And this is me just kind of helping myself create these triangulational points. This is making sense so far? All right. So next, what it is I'm going to do, make a bit more of a mixture right here. And I'm just trying to go dark right now. I'm not really thinking or worrying too much about actual form. But right now, I have this dark here. And then I'm seeing, okay, cool, like there's going to be a bit of dark right here, because I'm looking in terms of this shape, also in terms of like relationship between how wide this is in comparison to this. I'm looking at it, and do you guys notice like this diamond shape? Yeah, everyone see it?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then noticing like, okay, cool, from this like weird little looking diamond shape, I'm noticing there's like this dark right there. Yeah. Okay, gonna mix a little bit more value right here. I notice I have to keep going in and mixing colors just because I'm using pure paint, so it doesn't travel too long, right? But that's totally fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then after that, I'm just kind of going in here and noticing, cool, there's like some dark shape that kind of goes down like so. And next, I'm saying, oh, check this out. If I were to put a plumb line all the way down from this dark, it kind of meets over here where there's another dark shape, right? Now, in layman's term, that dark shape could signify like the opening of the mouth. But for me, I'm not worried about like that right now. I'm just trusting the process, and I'm very much just using angles to pile on shapes that I see. So this is what I like calling trusting the process. Does that kind of make sense? Here too, I'm just kind of going in, taking a look at this area. Getting a little bit of this angle right here, and then noticing, okay, from here to here, that's probably gonna go out like so. All right, and next, I'm just kind of going in here, noticing there's like gonna be like a bit of a dark shape like so. And then maybe even a bit of a dark shape all the way over here. I'm trying to actually create this kind of like twist or this kind of like curvature that I'm seeing here. You know what I mean? Like all I'm looking at right now is just very much the overall shape pattern as opposed to any of the details, right? And then even for like the hair too, I put a straight line down here, and then that's where I'm noticing, okay, that dark is probably gonna start. Okay. Here too, from here to here, boom, that's kind of like where that dark might actually go. Okay. And next, going from here to here, okay, that's probably where this dark is gonna get started. All right. Anyone have any questions so far on anything that I'm doing?
Maybe not a question, but it's really interesting to see your brush strokes, because just for example, that left eye, I'm gonna call it an eye, even if I know it shouldn't. You put one big brush stroke to represent the dark area of that eye, but I know that I would never do that on my tunnel, because like I understand now that I see all the brush strokes that you put so far. It totally makes sense, but a few minutes ago I would never do that because I don't know how to explain, to be honest.
But why not? Because for me,
no, I know.
Like, I'm looking at this, and when I squint, it's so much easier just to like kind of put this all in one shape, at least for right now. You see what I'm trying to say? Right? Isn't that easier than trying to decipher? Because right now I'm just trying to get the overall big picture as soon as I can, like as fast as possible. You know what I mean? So wouldn't that be a little simpler than trying to go in and, does that kind of make sense? Right.
Yeah, this is really fast. Like you just put one or two brush strokes per area, and it's enough to make sense and to indicate just what we need to know at this stage.
Yeah.
This is impressive.
That's
that's really hard to, this is the thing that I cannot do.
It's not the thing you cannot do, it's the thing that your mind might not be willing to let you do right now. That's what we want to do right now. That's what, like, we want to condition and train our mind so that it lets us do stuff like this, right? And next, what it is I'm going to do is I'm very much just going to start breaking. I'm going to just kind of break this form in just so I can kind of get comfortable. Like maybe get some like dark within here as well, right? This is all I'm trying to do. I'm just trying to, get it a little comfortable. And then next, what it is I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in really quick, dip my paper towel inside my Gamsol, use it as kind of like a eraser. And then I'm going to start erasing some of the lights, right? So this is just me. I'm not trying to like make a good painting or make like a detailed painting right now. This is just purely me adjusting, because so far we've been adjusting only the dark area, right? So now I'm just looking at it from the area of the light. Make sense? Because I was actually just telling a few of my students this too. When you guys are talking to somebody, what are you usually paying attention to when you're talking to someone? Just randomly, like the last person you talk to, you usually look at their eyes, their mouth, or whatever, right? Or sometimes if you notice like maybe a funny looking person with like a big nose, to be like, oh, look at that big nose, you know what I mean? I mean, you wouldn't say that, but you see what I'm trying to say, right? But you would never notice, like, say, the distance between the distance between like the brow line, right? Or you would never really notice like the light that's kind of underneath like the nose, right? Like these are things you don't really look at in reality. Am I right? And it's for this exact reason why we also, like, at this stage, I'm focusing on those specific areas. It's because we do not focus on them in our everyday life. So our mind has yet to kind of formulate this idea of what we think they look like. We have an idea what we think eyes, nose, and mouth look like, because like we always see them, right? But because we don't really have an idea, or we don't have a familiarity with some of these negative shapes, it's a lot easier for us to just kind of break them down into abstract shapes and recognize and see them. Does that kind of make sense? And that's exactly what it is I'm trying to do right now. Make sense? Getting a little bit of this light right here. This is me just kind of going in and trying to just fool myself, like trick my own brain, if that makes sense. So right now I'm just kind of going in, looking at some of the lights right here.
I'm painting along. He's not as pretty as yours.
Oh no! I mean, who's he? What is this? Like this is not a portrait. This is just shapes. You know what I mean?
Well, my shapes aren't as neat.
It's okay. I mean, my shapes are not. Look at how messy this is. But yeah, is this making sense so far? So now it's like I can slowly start going in and seeing like all these like areas like so. You know what I mean? Any questions so far on what I'm doing?
No.
No? Is it all making sense?
Well, this is how I usually do it, but I draw more lines.
So
and
I think for you, I think for you it's like
I sort of look at it as a clock, but I'm trying to get away from that.
Yeah.
Where I measure with my eyes, and not necessarily.
Yeah. But yeah, Valerie, does this make sense so far?
Yeah, absolutely.
And now, as you can see, I'm just kind of going in, capturing like someone like this dark shape right here.
Dark here.
And because like I've never painted something like this before too, this is actually easy for me to just kind of break everything down in terms of just like shapes, right? I'm really just trying to break this down to shapes. Okay. But at the same time, I don't want to get too caught up with the darks, right? So right now I'm just kind of going in and just kind of continuing to just adjust the overall shape, but not get tied in with anything else. So like only if I see like certain shapes that I need to fix. But other than that, I'm not letting myself get too caught up. So right now I see, okay, light shapes here, light shapes here, light shapes here, right? Maybe this light shape should be going outwards just a little bit more. And then after that, I'm going to dip a little bit, and then I'm going to just make one more shape, one more light shape that I see, or two more. One here, and then let's see, I'm slowly going in here, and boom, I'm noticing like a bit of a light shape right here, like so.